go ahead and get things started. Let's wake everybody up. First quote of the morning.
All right, I'll go first. We got the assumptive close. The assumptive close is a sales tactic used to close a deal. The salesperson assumes the prospect has already agreed to buy, so they finish the sale by using phrases that imply they're ready to move forward. A salesperson makes an assumptive close. A salesperson that makes an assumptive close might say something like, "When should we begin implementation?" Well, with us, we have different ways to try the assumptive close. Obviously, would you like a weekend or a weekday? Is you the person who's going to be here for the installation, so on and so forth. So that's how that applies to us.
I love it. You know, assuming a sale is so important. Assuming a sale is so important, right? A lot of the times where it comes from is just making sure that you put yourself in the customer's shoes, right? There's a few things you need to know. There's a few things you're going to need to build up first, like your confidence, right? Your confidence comes from knowing that you've actually solved the customer's problem. Once you know that you've actually solved the customer's problem, then you can start to assume things, right? But you definitely do not want to put yourself in a situation where you're assuming things and you haven't done that at least. So that's how I like to make sure I make my assumptive closes. But I love it. I love it. I love it, Ron. Drop it inside a Telegram. Let's get fired up, guys.
All right. I did.
Thank you, Captain.
Okay, I guess that means me. Life is like a game of chess. To win, you have to make a move. Knowing which move to make comes with insight and knowledge. And by learning the lessons that are accumulated along the way, we become each and every piece within the game called life. And that's Alan Rufus.
Alan Rufus?
Mm-hmm.
Wise man, wise man. I'm not even sure who he is, right? But give us let me know why did that resonate with you?
Because that's just life. Everything that you do is like playing a game of chess. Everything is a move, and you got to make the right move if you want to be successful or you want to get anywhere in life. So that's why I compared it to a game of chess. Yes, because you got to actually really think before you make that move.
Man, it is so interesting with that quote, man, because it fires me up on a different level. You know, growing up, I don't know who first said it best. You know, this is chess, it's not checkers. But I remember saying that all the time. You know, it was kind of like one of my favorite sayings to say. And even though I've never played chess, I've always played checkers, right? I knew that it was a high level game. It was a high thinking game. And that's what I meant when I said that to people. And I thought that that's what it meant, you know, but it took on a newfound meaning when I started in business, when I started to actually, you know, take responsibility for my company and everything else that goes around it. I started to realize that you have to be a thinker. You have to put yourself in a position to think. I'm not just talking about 3 steps ahead. I'm not talking about 5 steps ahead. You got to damn near think 10 steps ahead and have them drawn out on your board, because you have to know what next if you want to become successful. If not, you will put yourself in a situation where you will get distracted. And much like we just heard in the intro of today's call, you have to expect change. It is absolutely inevitable. But, you know, with those changes, it doesn't really matter if you're focused on your next 10 to 15 moves. And that right there is what it means to be a great chess player, right? A grandmaster is what they call, right? You know, you got to be able to think 10 and 15 moves ahead. Now think about that in life. Think about that in your finances. Think about that in your relationships, right? Think about that, you know, just all together, and know how strategic that is. And once you get that focused and that strategic about your success, you can't lose. Congratulations. Drop that inside a Telegram. We learned something.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mish, bring us home. Not checks.
Okay.
Rufus got too.
Okay. Number one reason people fail in life is because they listen to their friends, family, and neighbors. Napoleon Hill.
One of my favorite books came from Napoleon Hill. Definitely an amazing author, someone that teaches leadership. And you guys know how I feel about leadership. Why did that resonate with you this morning?
Because it's facts. Because sometimes even the closest people to you, they can't see or understand your vision. So sometimes you telling them about what you're going to do kind of deteriorate. It kind of change your mind basically, because they're going to talk. They may talk negative about it. So sometimes it's got to have tunnel vision and don't care about what anyone has to say, especially friends and family.
Yeah.
And most time it be the strangers that actually support you, people that don't know you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You're right about that. That fires me up in a totally different way, because one of the things that has been consistent inside of my life is being able to be alone and think for myself, right? Literally. I used to think of myself as a loner. I used to think of myself, and it would often get me in trouble, right? Why Q all the way over there? Why Q don't want to come over here? Because I'm thinking. And I like my peace and quiet. I do my best thinking alone. I do my best thinking driving. And I say that to you guys, and why it goes along with that quote is because, if I'm alone and I'm doing my thinking, there's nobody to dispute me. So most of the time, it gives me great comfort to know that, hey, I believe that I can get this done. You believe I can get this done? Yeah, of course, I believe I can get this done. It's a whole conversation that I'm having with me most of the time. So by the time you hear the idea, I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you think, because one of the things you don't want to do is keep putting yourself or keep putting your ideas on small people. When you got big ideas and you keep putting them on small people and they keep looking at you and saying things that like, you can't do that, that's going to put you in a bad space. You're not going to be able to make as much happen. And we want to be able to make things happen. That's part of the reason why we're on this call, because we need to be able to make things happen. And you need to be able to study successful people like we do every morning on this call. Be training for the things that you want. Because sales, we know, is key and important to get everything that we want in life. And then we just want to make sure we got a great attitude about it. And as you guys can realize and see, you need to have a great attitude about it. So I love it, guys. Drop that inside of Telegram. We need it. I see you already did, by the way. Guys, great morning. That wakes us up. Live and alert. Now, let's get on to the second portion of the call, which is the sales trainer. Let me share my screen with you. Once I get it up here. Got it on the first try. All right. So today we're going over not collecting critical data for future sales. The next 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we're training.
Not collecting critical data for future sales. This is a mistake in follow-up. Look, whether you sell cars, watches, furniture, you sell investment portfolios, you work for one of the big banks, one of the big lenders, you need critical data for future sales, okay? So I can find about other potentials. Understand this. I bought a watch recently. It's on my arm right now, okay? Literally bought the watch, had the watch for a day, and was already thinking about another watch. That's crazy. I recently bought my wife a Range Rover, and it got there, and I called my assistant. I'm like, if you talk to the salesperson, if he follows up, find out what it would take to get a white one. Can we get a white one? Can I be put on a list? What would it take to get a white one? I'm literally thinking as a consumer to reinforce the first purchase with a second purchase. You've ever been to a furniture store, went in, bought some furniture for the house? On the way home, thought, God, I wish I'd have got that side table. Oh, I should have got that lamp. Oh, I wish we'd have got that bedding. Happens to everybody. People that make investments, they make an investment, then they think what? Man, I wonder if we invested enough. Maybe we should invest in more. Not collecting critical data and not looking for future sales is a mistake. You should always, in these calls, these follow-up calls, looking for other potential, looking for buyer cycles or buying cycles, and what's next. So in every call, I'm looking for other potential. Is there an opportunity to sell something else here? That's what we do here. We sell products, we sell services. We get money from people and exchange it with something very valuable, much more valuable than money. So I am looking for other potential sales in every follow-up call. I'm not just following people up just to follow them up. I'm following up for the potential of another sale. Number two, I'm looking for buying cycles. People buy on cycles, okay? What's your cycle? When's the last time you bought? How often do you do something like this? How long do you see yourself keeping this watch or this car or this furniture or investing? Oh, you don't know? How long was it before you replaced this other furniture? Well, Grant, actually, we're probably not worried about replacing this furniture for a while, but I would like that side table. Ooh, what's next? Side table, okay? Do you know anybody else? So not collecting critical data, logging it, looking for it, collecting it, having it, is going to cost you future sales. It's a mistaken follow-up. Your follow-up should be with the purpose to look for other potentials, make those other potentials happen, create buying cycles, and find out what's next.
All right, all right, all right. What we learned today. Quiz time. What wouldn't you look for during follow-up calls? A, the customer's buying cycle. B, other potential sales. C, information about current events. D, what's next for the customer.
See,
See,
We got 2C. Ron, what you say?
See,
All day. All right. True or false? Consumers are not always likely to consider reinforcing the first purchase with a second and or a third. Is that true or is that false?
consumers are not.
say it again,
Yep.
Quincy.
Yes, sir. True or false? Consumers are not always likely to consider reinforcing the first purchase with a second and or a third.
False.
False.
True, false. What you say, Mish? All day. False. In this segment, Grant describes the main purpose or purposes of follow-up as A, creating quality relationships, B, becoming a master closer, C, looking for other potential sales, or D, all of the above.
Good question. Take my
I'm
glasses
sorry,
off.
a customer just texted me, Quincy. Could you give me that again? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. In this segment, Grant describes the main purpose or purposes of follow-up as A, creating quality relationships, B, becoming a master closer, C, looking for other potential sales, D, all of the above.
I say all of the above.
All of the above always trips us up.
Sure do. But Ron was right yesterday, so I'm gonna go with Ron today. All the above.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What you say, Mish? We can't hear you.
sorry, all the above.
All of the above. So listen, we're gonna go with the majority rules on this, guys. Okay, let's get to it. All of the above it is. Drum roll, please.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch.
I ain't following you no more, Ron.
Ouch. So listen, and listening to your reasoning too made it even better because it's like, hold up, if he was right yesterday, he can be right today. You know, little something called listening and comprehension skills here that we work on as well. So listen.
Excuse me, Quincy. Grant Cardone says one thing in one video and another thing in another video. So you know what? We got to get with Grant Cardone and straighten him out, not me.
So listen, guys, what did we learn now? What did we take away from that 67%? Right? Because I'm not all about the grades. I'm not all about that, right? This isn't school. This is where you actually take something away. So what did we take away?
Got to make sure that you know what the customer wants, right? And offer them everything you got. Shit. What's the worst thing they can say is no? You know, every time if you think about when you go buy something, anything, right? You go buy a refrigerator, they always start from the top end down. You know, and you need a TV in your refrigerator. I don't, you know, but they try to sell you a TV in the refrigerator. Are you serious? It's like having a TV in the bathroom. How long are you in the bathroom? What are you gonna watch? It's crazy. So, you know, but you know what? There's some people who just want it to have it. You know, I got a TV in the bathroom. I got a TV in the shower. I got a TV in my refrigerator. It's crazy.
You know, just speaking specifically, right, to the importance of following up, right? And when is the best time to make, you know, your second sale? It's right after your first one. I think something that Grant has shown us and taught us is all in the follow-up. I can't tell you how many times I've spent money with Grant, and it's all because he follows up so well. You know, not only do I see him on my timeline, on my feed all day long, I see him inside of my email. I can't forget this guy. You know, if you're a businessman, if you want to learn, if you want to learn finances, if you want to learn real estate, you can't dodge this guy. He has made it virtually impossible. He has a sales team that is unique in value and knows how to take care of business and follow up. So if it's anything that I've learned, it's the fact that we must follow up. We can't be afraid to ask for that second sale. The consumer definitely wants that second sale, right? And if you treated them right the first time, then they're obviously going to go with you right the second time. Yesterday, before even 9 a.m. in the morning, I get a call back from a customer. I don't recognize the customer, but I had the customer number and name saved. And that right there, that put me in a better place with them. As soon as I picked up the phone, hey, what's up, Albert? Now, I don't know who Albert is, but one of my habits is to always save my possible customers. So when that possible customer came up, when it said Albert Possible, I already knew that this was an ex-customer, somebody I was already trying to get. And I don't remember how long ago it was. I didn't even ask him. But when he heard his name, he knew he was dealing with a professional. And that right there signed and sealed the deal. And it was classic. It was classic 101 on how to make sure that you are prepared to follow up with your customer. Now, I didn't have to call him back when he called me back, but I knew his name. So follow up, very important, guys. You know, and that's why we're going to implement a follow-up program with each and every one of our customers. We're signing up almost 50 customers per week now at this point, and that is our customer. You know, we can upsell them now at this point. So we're going to make sure that we're right there for that upsell. We don't want Verizon to get them because right now Verizon is getting that upsell. We want to be able to get that upsell. We want to be able to email them back. We want to be able to get them wireless service if necessary. All right. So anybody else take anything away?
Well, he said you got to ask all the important questions in order to be able to get that upsell. You got to, like you say, the potential sales that can come afterwards with, if they got a coat, I won't use the refrigerator deal, but say they bought a coat, then you might say, well, you need some gloves to go with that or a scarf to go with that. You know, you already start preparing them with what can go with it within reason. I wouldn't ask nobody to put a TV in the refrigerator, but you got to you got to always be looking for more ways to keep that customer, because even if they don't come back, like he said, he bought the Range Rover for his wife. But he told her when he calls back, ask him if he can get it next and get it in a white one. So that was already an upsell just from him coming home and seeing his wife Range Rover. So you got to always keep that in mind, that there's always more to be sold.
Yeah.
Sell or be sold.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And that was something that that I take it back a few years ago. I owned a clothing store, and then I also had a rap career, right? And I would come in for music. They would come in, maybe see a video playing. Oh, that was you. That was your video. You got a copy of that. You got a copy of that DVD you did. And then, yep, absolutely. I hand them the DVD. They look around the store, and then they get to looking for a shirt. They'll pick a color they want. And if they was with anybody, I promise you guys, if they was with anybody, they bought a shirt for the person that they was with. They did not just buy one for themselves. They had to get one for everybody else that was with them. Like, man, you should get that color. Then they would spend an extra 15 minutes just deciding which colors they was going to wear, because they wasn't going to wear the same colors. So it was a powerful thing to watch and actually see in the flesh. And that was just a great example of that. So thank you guys. If you guys don't have anything else this morning, I will make sure that we end this call promptly, because we need to get started with our day.